Own community. Today is Tuesday, December the 24th. It's a live call-in show. Join us in the conversation at 312-626-9979. 312-626-9979. We're streaming live, truthradio.net, simulcasting at WBJX 1570 on the AM side. You can hear rebroadcast of the show tonight between 8 p.m. and 10 p.m. at Vibe In, or go to TalkStreamLive.com and type in Naked Truth between the hours of 8 and 10 p.m. If you got an Android phone, you can download the app, truthradio.net. If you want to watch us while you're listening, go to the Facebook page, Truth Radio Chicago. You, along with 6.5 million other people who are listening. I'm your host, Harold Davis, sitting here with Tom Collins, T.C. McCoy, and Wally Muhammad. And so, a lot of stuff going on, man. So, I want to ask you real quick, T.C.
Yes, sir.
The issue with the sister, Miss Donald and Eddie Johnson, and so I guess part of the question is I understand that she's getting ready to file a suit against Eddie Johnson, the city of Chicago, the Chicago Police Department, and the police union. And it's going to be signature under the Me Too movement that there's sexual favors being transferred at 35th in Michigan that is getting people promotions. So I don't know if that's true or not. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know how that's playing out, but any day now, I understand that lawsuit will be filed.
Okay.
And so, what's your take on that?
I don't have any firsthand knowledge of. I didn't even know she was filing a lawsuit. I don't even know the lady. In fact, evidently she must be the one that they've been talking about, because I don't follow the gossip, Harold. But let me say this, because you just opened up Pandora's box, and coming out of Pandora's box is a kettle of worms. First and foremost, Harold, when you come, I believe this is my position, and just my position, ladies and gentlemen. When I went to work, I went to work to work. I didn't go to work to get somebody to do me no favors. You know, I've preached against that, and I'm going to tell you why, because it's very important that I tell you this, prep this. I went to Our Lady of Lourdes Grammar School, and Darryl Brazil, who was the coach of the Wendy's, people back in our age wouldn't know who I'm talking about. He had the Wendy's basketball team. Anyway, his brother, Cyril, was my best friend. And we were in 7th grade, and he became the basketball coach. And I couldn't play basketball. I could play baseball, but I couldn't play basketball. But I was on the team because at the Catholic school, you on the team, period. And I'll never forget, we was over at Our Lady of Sorrows over there behind the bus barn on Jackson and Kedzie. And Our Lady of Sorrows playing in the CYO. And I was the last man on the bench. You know, he would have put in the water boy before he put in me, because I couldn't play. So my sister Phyllis, she was in 8th grade, and she was a cheerleader, and she told him to put me in the game. I'll never forget it as long as I live. And with 30 seconds left, he called timeout and put me in the game. And they threw me the ball. And when they threw me the ball, I shot the ball through the rafters up into the stands. And everybody was laughing at me. And when I went, and the game was over, and we won, but when the game was over, we all went into the locker room, and everybody was laughing. And my sister came in. They said she could come in because everybody was dressed. And she came in, and she said to me, she said, "How do you feel?" And I said, "I'm all right." And I was pissed, because I never wanted someone to ever do something for me that I wasn't prepared for. Well, what am I talking about? Well, what you just asked me. You know, in order to be in that game, you have to be that kind of person. If she's making that kind of allegations, and there are allegations. Now, when you open up that Pandora's box, you got to have proof. Now, a lot of people, when I was on the job, they said, well, such and such is going to be a boss. And you said, well, I said, used to say, why? Why would you say that? Because we started off at the same time. Well, their father, their uncle, their aunt, their family members was a boss, so they looked out for them.
So let me ask you this, Chief. So she's according to her lawyer, she's filing under the Whistleblower Act.
What whistleblower?
The whistleblower that she's telling all the business down there.
No, she's filing under the Whistleblowers Act because they cannot attack her or fire her because as a whistleblower, you will have certain protections. That's what that is, Harold.
So let me ask you this. So I filed on a whistleblower too, but I don't know who the hell protected me.
Well, if they try to fire
I'm
you,
gonna bring my piece of paper.
Well, if they try to fire you,
no, this was Airmark.
Oh, okay, good. I'm sorry.
So anyway,
go ahead.
So anyway, I gave all the information up, all that. I'm gonna bring my paper so y'all. I'm gonna put them on the screen, people can see it. So anyway, under the whistleblower, one of the things that she's saying is that Eddie Johnson told her to destroy the SIM card. So if that's the case, could Eddie Johnson be also facing some criminal activity in the near future?
Can't no supervisor, and they tell you this first day in the academy, can't no supervisor tell you to commit a crime and you follow that order.
Okay, all right. I'm like Denzel, okay, all right.
Now that's theory, but
that's not theory.
In practicality, though.
Listen to me one more time. You could do whatever you want, but no supervisor, you do not have to follow an order of a supervisor to tell you to commit a crime.
Okay, so this lady, Miss Donald.
Okay, Miss Donald.
Is, from what I've read, her attorney is saying that she's going to bring everything up and out, and she's going to expose some things that's going to make everybody sick in Chicago. Now, I don't know exposing some Negro vagina penis stuff means anything when the white guys are stealing everything. I mean, I don't, but I guess that's what we do.
Teach, brother.
Vagina and penis stuff.
Okay, so teach.
And we don't have any other things to fight about.
See what I'm talking about.
So, but that's what it seems like.
That
it's a bunch of that kind of stuff. So would they want to expose that kind of nonsense? I mean,
but Harold, I just gave it to you in the raw, and policemen that's listening to this show know what I'm talking about, even if you don't. She's saying that Eddie Johnson, first of all, I don't know who this lady is and what is her serious allegation. You gave us an overview. What is she alleging? See, you have to allege a crime.
She's alleging that because of Me Too, there's a lot of women that were forced to do things to be promoted. And according to her attorney, they are alleging that she's gone under the Whistleblower Act to seek to show that there were certain favors given for certain favors.
Okay, good.
So I don't know.
Okay, so watch this.
I don't know how that stuff goes.
Watch this. Can you imagine if what you're saying is true, and I hope it ain't true, ladies and gentlemen? Do you know the ramifications and the lawsuits? Do you know that the city will be paying until probably the next 22nd century? Because if women on this job came to this job to do sexual favors or any other favors that is illegal, and the mayor has now the mayor, you just gave the mayor the perfect platform to fire all these people, because instead of them out there fighting crime, they were out there doing favors to get favors. Now, I said this on your show so many times without being clear because I figured everybody would know. When you go to work, if you had people working in the community, why is it that you had $226 million in overtime and nobody getting arrested?
Well, I guess that's a part of the pay and play, I guess.
See what I'm getting at?
You know,
so
I'm gonna give you 40 hours overtime. You know, going out there and sit down and lay down. Don't look to catch nobody. Matter of fact, go in the coffee shop for about 10 of those hours. And so I don't
you
know.
were having a relationship with somebody that was watching your back.
Exactly.
So watch this. On your show, you allowed me to tell 10 million people this. Why do we keep taking the test and everybody else keep taking the job? So in essence, she's saying I got on the job to be somebody. Well, she didn't even earn her flavors of being on the job, if that's what she's alleging.
I guess they.
And we're saying on your show she's alleging this.
They saying that 35th Street is like a brothel. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm just looking at what the attorney is basically alleging.
Well,
I don't know if he's threatening, or is he going to file the suit, or is he just letting people know that this, hey.
So we could make a deal.
Make a deal with her.
But sound like it to me. But let's do this. You go to 35th in Michigan, ladies and gentlemen, and you walk in there, and you see able-bodied policemen standing around, or they doing their job, and then you go out into certain communities and you see crime being done all seconds, all times of the day. What are you paying them people in there to do?
Stand around.
So they get the job to do what? I said to you before, I went to work, so I didn't know nothing about that, Harold. Okay. So, I mean, I don't know the lady. I wish that what she's alleging, or you are stating that she alleged wasn't happening.
This is what.
Right. I mean, you're doing it right.
The allegations.
That's right. Yeah. And you said alleged, which is true.
I have no idea who
Absolutely.
She is. Yeah.
So my thing of it is if she outs, if this is true, and she got knowledge of it, then after it's all over, Harold, guess what happens to her?
Under the whistleblower, nothing.
Yeah.
Well, if she's under the whistleblower,
that means they protect her.
Exactly.
But watch this. But then if there's an alleged crime that she knew about and she did nothing about it, they can indict her.
Well,
Take my word on it, brother.
I guess that would be between her and the feds in terms of what she's giving up.
Right.
Yeah, you know what, though? In war, when they had war crimes,
yes, sir,
the soldier is never really prosecuted, because if he's following the order of a commanding officer. The commanding officer is usually the one charged with the war crime. Now, I know that's a little bit different in terms of military and civil law, but the principle is still the same. If she's under the authority of a superior, in this case, the superintendent of police, how do you expect this person to stand up? I mean, really, listen, I'm not talking about theory, because Negroes are all brave theoretically.
They say, is the Facebook down? They say,
but actually, Brother TC.
You got sound? No Facebook sound? Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
How do you expect her to stand up? Now, there are a lot of different other aspects involved. Number one, if she filing under Me Too, you got a black woman that's the mayor.
Okay.
Understand that.
Right.
Number two, the truth is women have been abused since this system of governments has been in place.
I agree with
That's
you.
a fact.
I agree with you.
So it's unfortunate that it has to come this way, because I know something that people may not understand. It's called the Peter Principle, where you use skillful machinations to get rid of people, persons, or groups who are in authority or in leadership that you really don't approve of. Because if this suit goes the way brother is saying, that is being reported, this is going to be like a bowling ball to a whole bunch of black pins in the lane. And then the white people will have free reign of the city. FOP will have free reign of the city, and the Latino brothers. Blacks will never be in any positions of real responsibility at CPD again.
So let me say this real quick. So Beck has made a statement. Said he don't want the job, even if it was offered to him. He said, I have the freedom, Wally, right now, to make very unpopular decisions without worrying about political blowback. He said, I think that there's a number of things that's going to benefit Chicago and the Chicago Police Department that I can get done as the interim. I can do the heavy lifting now without being a full-time superintendent, he said. He said, I wouldn't have come here if I didn't think that that would succeed. I have no interest in anything else. If I didn't think that we can make things better, Chicago Police Department, I wouldn't be here. So I'm going to do the heavy lifting as the interim, and I'm going to move on back to LA. And so is he sending a message that he's getting ready to do some things?
I've been to clean it up.
I'm going to clean it up? And is Eddie Johnson going to be the sacrificial lamb who said he'd never seen racism in the Chicago Police Department?
Well, he put himself in that position, Harold.
I'm just asking
Well,
a question.
if you want me to tell you the truth now, I mean, we could deal with theory, we could deal with practicality, we could deal with reality. First and foremost, they tell you and they instruct you, and they like anything else, and if you decide that's what you want to do, God bless you. I'm just telling you the truth on this show. She signed up for a position, right? The job she got, somebody had to put her in that job, right? If you come along and you're in law enforcement and your job is to eradicate crime, and if you see crime going on in front of you and you don't do nothing about it, now you're going to talk about it because you got caught up in it? Brother, let me tell you something. Remember a young lady that was in LaQuan McDonald, the Hispanic young lady? And they ostracized her because she came out? Well, I'm not saying anything is wrong with what she's doing if what she's saying is true. But is she telling because she's seen it? Is she telling it because she got caught in it? Is she telling it because she's trying to make the department better? When you come on the job, Harold, the job is to make communities safe and provide a service. Anything other than that, when I used to, people say, well, TC, didn't you go to police parties? Hell no. TC, did you used to hang out with police? Hell no. My police friends that tell you, been my friends, I met them on the job and we had the same mindset. I hung with them or they hung with me and we talked. I didn't visit their house, they didn't visit mine. Now, again, if you saying that this young lady got all this knowledge and she's trying to say to me too, in other words, she's saying that she was done or she had something done to her or she did it because she was trying to protect her job, it ain't as easy as y'all think it is on TV.
No, I don't
she
believe it's easy
she
at all.
gonna have to bring it. And then when she tells on these, allegedly she tells on some more people, they gotta say the same thing. But one thing, and I'm gonna shut up. My word against your word in a court of law. That's the reason they have a referee, which is the judge. She said Eddie Johnson told her, and Eddie Johnson, what you think he gonna say?
I didn't tell her nothing.
Yeah, well,
Tom Collins case dismissed.
well,
It was her phone. It wasn't mine.
yeah. Well, at this point, Eddie ain't got no damn credibility, so who they gonna believe?
Well, no. Well, like I said to you on your show, Eddie Johnson never told you about no communities he went in there and eradicated crime. I said that, and I told you, I said it, and you could verify it. And I said I like him. I work for him. He was my watch commander. He couldn't have been on my team. But when you come to work and you get yourself caught up with police women, all the women in the world, and you got to find those ones like they said to me when I was a young man. You never boo boo where you eat at, and never eat where you boo boo at.
No, you don't buy your meat from. You don't buy your meat from where you don't buy meat from where you get your. No, what's the saying? You don't get your meat from where you get your bread from.
There it is.
Don't buy your meat from where you get your bread
Couldn't
from.
have been said no better, brother. And so guess what? And guess what, though? I said this on your show when this first happened. And that's the lady you talking about. I said, they put all this stuff out on the air. Man, I never had known this. So somebody mad at somebody, ain't they?
Oh, somebody mad.
And
But-
it
but
wasn't no black
apparently-
people. It was some probably because black people can't use computers. So white people put this out, put her name out there. So she gonna clear her name.
Her name is all out there, brother. Trust me. And so at the end of the day, I mean, I wish the sister well.
I do too.
I hate to see that she's caught up in this kind of nonsense, and at the same time, for that Me Too thing, I mean, it's and she's filing under the alleged whistleblower act, and that there are going to be some things that's going to embarrass probably black people more than anything, Wally.
Hello, world.
I mean, so the penis and vagina stuff
There it is, Harold.
is all it is when it comes to us.
Yeah.
I mean, we ain't got nothing else to fight over.
In a world like this, with all this decadence,
Exactly.
Hey, but hold it. And then You talk about the five what neighborhoods or
5 zip codes.
zip codes, okay? And you an able-bodied woman got on the job, and you want to work inside, and your community needs you. And I always said we don't need no more black police officers. We need officers who are black and want to work where they live at. So, brother, let me tell you something. I won't even buy an onion for these black people that's caught up in anything that she's got going on, because I don't feel sorry for none of them here.
Go to the Hair Live Facebook page.
Yes, sir.
Join Sister Teresa, and you can chat with her and look at what the opportunities that are there. And so Sister Teresa Smith, who is taking care of that page, you can go on the page, or you actually can call in for information. And that number is 425-436-6206, 425-436-6202, access number 480-867#. After listening to the information, then call 773-972-6186, 773-972-6186, and let's, we're looking for, I think she got about 14 or 15 people she's talking to. We're looking to create opportunities. Brother Ernie Durham has got some opportunities where you can sell 6 bottles and to 6 people, and they can sell 6 bottles. And the S.B. Fuller concept, we can take our own self out of poverty.
Come out of the box.
And we'll be talking about also a new product that's going to be on. We'll have that on after the first of the year.
Yes, sir.
But I want to talk about this article real quick.
Yes, sir.
Because, the last time the financial crisis hit in America, it hit in 2009. And the first thing that hit were people couldn't make their car payments. And so it was an indication that if you couldn't make your car payments, then shortly after that, you suddenly couldn't pay your rent or your mortgage. And so we know 65% of black people lost their houses. And so, but there's an industry, a $1.2 trillion industry, also with student loans, where 65% of black college graduates have student loans over $100,000, and 35% of them are in arrears in terms of reneging on the payments. And so to have 65% of them own that they have to pay student loans back, but 35% are at the force where they're being foreclosed on and garnished wages. The student loan is the only debt in America that you can't file under bankruptcy. And so you can file anything but that. Everything in America but student debt. And so this car loan thing, man, was the thing that sent it off the first time. So listen to this article. When Myrna Lopez bought her 2018 Nissan in May, Tom, she got a loan for the monthly payment of the car for $809.
What?
Her monthly earnings were $660.
How could she afford the car?
Listen. Normally, lenders would not approve that.
Right.
No.
But an employee at Mitsubishi dealership in West Hartford, Connecticut, filled out her loan application and stated that she made $7,800 a month. According to Ms. Lopez, a copy of that said that she didn't know. She gave them the right amount. I make $660 a month. It's an SSI check. So people are buying these cars, Wally, and relying on debt to pay for them. So these car dealerships are dealing with these finance companies, just like in 2009, inflating the borrower's earnings that can allow the dealership to close the loan. They lying. Dealerships all around the country are dressing up applications with fake inflated income, according to the Wall Street Journal. Certain large lenders have cut back on safeguards that could catch the forged applications in much the same way the mortgage lenders did 10 years ago. Now check this out. So this says, sometimes borrowers, it says, lie about their earnings, right? But most dealerships concoct numbers without telling the actual buyer, according to thousands of lawsuits that are being filed right now.
Oh my God.
The borrowers are in default of these loans within 2 months. If I make $660 in an SSI check, and I can't make the $809 payment, in 2 months they looking for the car.
Right.
You knew I wasn't going to buy the car
Right.
when I drove off with it.
That's correct.
So the scope of the false applications is very hard to quantify. So it says this point predictive software can detect loan fraud. Estimates that more than 40% have inflated incomes. The company examines loans over the last 4 years. This is this new software that busted all this out. It said all the loans went delinquent within 60 days of closing the deal.
They had to.
And it goes on to say subprime loans defined as Vantage score. And so it says, so the dealers and lenders can ask you to provide documents. Now this is the scary part, such as a W-2 or a pay stub. I've had people tell me that they made a pay stub up on their computer and took it in and then gave them a number to call or one of their friends and say, yeah, he works here. And so check this out. So the subprime lenders stopped checking. Why did they stop? Because they're forcing the country into this financial disaster by giving all of this money out on these bad loans, knowing people can't pay for them. The same way they did with the mortgage crisis. You come in, you close, and you be like, well, what's your income? I make $400,000 a year. Well, where's the proof? It's stated income. You ain't got to prove it.
That's right.
And you walk out of there.
That's the word
And
stated.
be like, stated income. And so they didn't even, so everybody, somebody should have known, particularly these damn prophets in the pulpit, that this shit was gonna happen. Since y'all prophesizing all the damn time. So anyway, Wally, check this out. According to SP Global Ratings, auto lenders verified only 7% of the loans that they went back and checked. 7%.
I'd like to know who that 7%.
7%. But Wally, check this out. 93%, they just take them and say, okay, it's true. They only went back to check on 7% of them. So they go on and say that the share of the delinquent loans, soon after they are rising, subprime loans charge you 18 to 24% interest, says the signal can be fraud, right? So U.S. consumers, $1.3 trillion in debt as of November in America, $1.3 trillion. Now last year, they were only $740 billion in debt. So these loan companies have loaned out $1.3 trillion to people that they know couldn't afford the cars. And so buyers visit a dealership, Wally. They disclose their income to a salesperson. The employee goes into the finance office. The dealership electronically sends the loan application to the bank. The credit unions and the finance arms of the car manufacturers decide whether to fund the loans, because I was talking to a guy earlier, and he said it goes out to about 10 or 12 different finance companies that when they send your application out. And so the loan problems start when the borrowers make a bad decision on stuff they knew that they couldn't afford. But the problem is the car dealer knew that they couldn't afford it. So they're going to say, so dealerships, they rush the borrowers through a process, and they, see signs of everybody drives, bad credit, no credit, whatever you got. You're going to come in there, and I know for a fact some Negroes got a credit score of 300 riding around in new cars. I'm like, how the hell this nigga get a car?
What?
I mean, he said, man, all you gotta do is go up in there, man. My finance guy, he done sold you an interest rate and a car. That's what he sold you. He didn't just sell you a car, he sold you interest rate. So then he go and say that they only show a partial copy of the application. Sometimes the dealers will fill out one application with correct information and put that in the drawer, and then when the buyer leaves, they will fill out an incorrect one and send that to the lenders. Said, so according to Ms. Lopez, who makes $660 a month on SSI, her car payment was $809, said the dealership told her that she can come back in a couple of months, Patrick, and refinance at a lower rate. That's what they told her.
That was the bait on the hook.
Don't worry about it right now. You got 24%, your car note $809, make 2 or 3 good payments. We're gonna make it down, we're gonna take it down to $500. So the dealerships make more money arranging the financing. So than selling vehicles. Now check this out. They make more money, TC, on the interest of the car
Absolutely.
than they make on the car itself. I mean,
Wow.
they make more money because guess what? It's up to the finance company to repo it, not me. You financed it. I got my money.
It's your car now.
It's your car.
The dealer gets his money right
So
away.
if the loan goes bad,
That's right. It's not on him.
the dealership is not on the hook.
That's right.
So when the borrower defaults, the lender can repossess the car and try to resell it. Often, though, that is enough to cover the borrower's unpaid balance, and the lender can write off the loss and send the borrower into collections, Brother Wally. The National Auto Traders Association trade group said lenders can make dealers buy back a loan if they can prove the dealer committed fraud. Well, that's all of them. So the Consumer Protection
Wait a
Program.
minute. Wait.
They
The
said
lender can't have the car dealer go to jail for fraud?
They said he can make the dealer
That's
buy
what
the
I'm
loan
saying, brother.
back
So
if
so,
they can prove he. No, ain't nobody. We just last seen the car dealer go to jail.
So wait a minute. I can commit fraud
Exactly.
and I ain't looking at no
And
jail
I ain't
time?
looking at no jail time.
All I gotta do is buy the car back
That's all you got to do.
if you can prove it.
The Federal Trade Commission
Wow.
said dealerships around the country are making up car buyer incomes, according to the Attorney General. So it goes on to say that General Motors, AmeriCredit arm, this is them. Now you ain't gonna too much lie to them. They verify as much as 70% of the loans. So when you go to them, they gonna double check, triple check, and make sure you are who you say you are.
General Motors.
General Motors. But those finance companies, subprime finance companies, they only verify between 1% and 7%. Now, so the auto financing arm of CarMax, which is Ally Financial, guess how many they find? Guess how many they verify?
What, 3?
Of the millions of loans they write, 1%.
So you sending everybody to CarMax?
1%. Send everybody to CarMax. Go to CarMax, get you a car for Christmas. You can keep it for a couple of months. And so 1%. Now you would think CarMax would prize themselves on, you got a car, we check the title, and it's in A1%. Well, it's
Condition.
in condition, we back it up,
That's right.
and you got almost a brand new car.
Hey, where'd you get this story from, man?
Wall
Is this
Street
a Harold
Journal.
Davis story?
Well, I'll send it to you already.
Where you get this story
Wall
from?
Street Journal.
Is this on Onion News?
No, brother. This is well. I'll send it to you. Check your email.
I don't have an email. You ain't send me nothing.
So check your email. So some of the lenders said income verification is the way to catch any potential fraud. So why would you not check them? So they have more than 6 million prime loans, Tom, subprime loans right now, that are packaged into 10 to 12 different subprime lenders who do this stuff. It's 10 to 12 of them.
How can you help
Now-
me? How can you, it's loud.
Now check this
How
out.
can you help me and you putting me in a position to go down
But check
in
this
2
out.
months?
Miss Lopez, who has an income of $660 a month, SSI check, $809 a month, when her husband saw that she came home with the car, he said, "Where did you get the car from?" And he said, he called the finance company and said, "Why did y'all even sell her a car?" And so he said, "She only makes $660 a month." And he said, "I don't know how y'all sold her a car. I expect her to make a payment of $809. So guess what they did? Here's a Mr. Lopez who speaks no English. He was able, he says, wait a minute. He went and got somebody and said, "Read this for me." And so he went and got a lawyer who speaks no English, Mr. Lopez, left the car at the dealership one night and said, "It's yours." He drove it up there and left it while he, after 3 months of having the car. His attorney then sent a letter to the dealership stating that we're charging you with fraud, right? The lawyer for the dealership said that the lawyer for Ms. Lopez's allegations are consistent with the company's business practices.
Damn, that's what their own lawyer said?
Yeah, so, but check this out. But the lawyer for her said that I got a number of clients that bought a car at your dealership, and we can prove that you changed the income. So guess what they did? They left that car alone.
Absolutely.
And anybody else that they represented. So anyway, so here's another lady. No, it's a brother, I'm sorry. Baxter, in North Carolina, paying $493 a month for a Kia Sportage car 2 years ago. He said that he didn't know his application said that his income, monthly income, was $4,800. He said, "Shit, I make minimum wage." He said, and so he sued the same dealership. Capital One Financial Corporation is one of the major corporates which approved this loan for $28,000. Said it encouraged customers, Patrick, who are facing financial difficulties to call us for assistance. Now, call them for what? Mr. Hansen works at Walmart.
What's in your wallet?
Works at Walmart, and he said he just couldn't make the payments no more. And so, what they're selling you. But I was really the thing that surprised me was Ally Financial, because they're very big.
That's CarMax, right?
Yeah, but they do a lot of financing. They only check 1% of the applications. Now, the last time we went into a financial disaster, it started with the car loans.
And who got bailed out?
And guess what? The financial companies did.
Mm-hmm.
But the fact of the matter is very simple. Nobody went to jail.
Mm-hmm.
Like Wally said, I can commit fraud.
Mm-hmm.
I can change the application.
I agree with you,
The
Wally.
one that you put out,
Yes, I agree
I
with
can
you.
throw that in my drawer and fill out another one and send it to 10 of the 12. It goes to all 12 of them, 10 or 12. They said 10 actually. It goes to all 10 financial institutions, and then they pick and choose. Some of the interest rates are 32%.
And if they did that on a housing loan, what would happen? If they did what you just said, it was as a housing loan.
Did nobody go to jail in the mortgage? Oh, no one went to jail? The Negroes
That's right.
who was putting people up to take their mortgages,
Mm-hmm.
they went to jail.
Filing a false mortgage
They went to
application.
jail.
Just that.
They went
Just,
to jail.
even if you don't get the money, just putting your name on that application. If the feds decide to come and get you, they can indict you for filing
And remember
a false
what they were
mortgage
doing too.
application.
They were buying 8 flat buildings,
Mm-hmm.
6 flat buildings, fixing one apartment up, and taking that one apartment and making it look like it was all 8 of them. And the person buying the 8 flat building only got one apartment that was actually fixed up, but they never had any intentions of paying the mortgage on it. They just wanted to get the closing money on it.
That's all.
So you said, here's an 8 flat building
Correct.
that's been inflated for $400,000, but in fact, on paper, it's only worth $40,000
That's right.
because it's not rehabbed. And so they walk away with the $360,000.
Yes, they do.
And then the people from whoever name it is, you got the name in Boo Boo's name, and Booper got an SSI check, and they say, well, how did he get the loan for $400,000? Oh, stated income. That's what he said he made. And so now the mortgage company is not operating like that, but what's happening with the mortgage company, Wally, is 16 million people who refinanced are now back in foreclosure.
Right. That's right.
Back in
That's
foreclosure.
right.
Because those HARP loans only allowed you to maybe survive for 3 or 4 or 5 or 6 months. And they knew in most cases that the person's mortgage went up higher than it was before they filed the foreclosure papers. And so now, what you see now is this economy about to fall like you've never seen it before.
Teach.
Got some calls? Let's take it.
Caller, you are now on the air.
Great point, bro.
Hey, hello, Brother Hal.
Yeah.
I'm on.
Yes, sir.
Hold on. Let me turn the speakerphone on. Okay, Hal. Hey, I'm gonna say good. Have a nice holiday. I mean, not holiday. Family day. Let's have a nice family day.
You too.
You know, the family get together. Forget all that other nonsense. Hey, the reason why I call you is, you know, a lot of men don't want to tell what's going on in their household. You know what I mean? When it comes to everything's supposed to be peachy and cream, but sometimes the man and the woman ain't on the same page. I'm speaking basically to these women in these churches, because I got daughters and wives and all that. Once they get caught up in the church, you can't tell them nothing. And when it comes to them and they pastor, because every time I'm listening to you around the house, if my wife was there, I could put my earphones on. She don't even want to hear. It's like she don't want to hear
She
nothing.
don't hear nothing about that church, huh?
I mean, yeah, when you start, you know, she don't really want to hear nothing positive, nothing. Everything is like that preacher say, God got it, and God got it. You know, all them famous words. Everything is going to be all right. You know, I mean, the stuff's going down right in front of your face, but, it ain't going to be long and all that kind of stuff, you know. So, anyway, Dawa Israel is one of my Facebook partners, and he went on live the other night. He started off talking about, you know, the missing women and all that, and other different things. But when he got down and talking about their church and the preachers not concerned about what's going on with the missing women, you know what happened? Put your earphones on.
Oh, okay.
What she told me?
They didn't want to hear that.
Told me put your earphones. And so I'm gonna mention more. Say, you know, these last couple of days, I've been sitting outside in the morning, right, drinking my coffee, you know, looking up at the sky. The sun was shining bright, man, and that's the next thing I looked up there. You know about chemtrails, don't you?
Oh, yeah, chemtrails. Yeah, I know about chemtrails. Yeah.
I saw the plane, man, trying to dark out the sign, going back and forth, crisscrossing across the sky. So the reason I brought that up, we too busy worrying about Trump, and there's so much deep stuff going on out here. And like you said, it's gonna be the worst. What you
they ain't seen nothing yet.
Something's up.
Brothers, it's something about to get reset. And trust me, these companies, these large companies that are hoarding cash, brother, you're gonna be able to buy stuff for, you thought it was pennies on the dollar before. It's gonna be really pennies on the dollar this time. And then the whole thing too is where is our sustainability plan in the black community? Where is it?
We ain't got no kind
I mean,
of plan.
where's the food plan?
We ain't got no plan.
Where's the water plan? Where is the actual sustainability? Do we have a plan to buy silver? Do we have a plan to buy gold?
When you
Do we
gonna
have a
give it to
plan to buy platinum?
When you gonna pass it out?
I mean, I'm just saying, where is the plan?
And I'm just saying, when you gonna give us the plan? Ain't nobody else
Well, we
did
can do it today since it's Christmas.
Yeah.
We
Let's
gonna
start
get the
2020
plan
off
today.
right.
We're gonna get the plan today.
Hey,
Yes, sir.
have y'all seen that movie Queen and Slim?
No, I haven't seen it yet.
I saw
Man,
it.
I got one daughter that's kind of conscious, and she took me to see that movie last night. Man, the movie had you on the edge of your seat because it's too much. It's too much real. It's like it's happening. I mean, you in the movie because you experience the same thing every day. You know, with those police. So all I'm gonna say, I think all black folks go see that movie. It's like a healing kind of thing. Because well, I'm gonna believe my lying eyes. Is this stuff really happening? You know, but that movie shows it all. It shows it all. And in that theater, when no white folks in there.
You kidding?
It's in a white neighborhood, but no white folks.
No white
So
folks.
they go to show you
It
something.
was just like Rich.
That goes
No white folks. So white folks say y'all can come in here and spend the money, but we ain't coming. Y'all can come watch it.
No,
huh?
they didn't watch that movie. They don't want anything to dealing with police and white racism. None of those movies they don't like to see. Only thing they want to see is about a bunch of Martin Lawrence and all that shoot 'em up shit. I'm not going to see that stuff. I mean, it's a waste of damn time. Hey, with that, man, I'm going to let y'all go.
All right, thank you, brother.
Thank you
All
very
right.
much, sir.
Have a good day. All right. Next caller.
Caller, you're now on the air.
Hello?
Hello?
Yes?
Hello?
Hello?
Yeah, go ahead. We can hear you, miss.
Okay.
Next caller.
Hello?
Yes, sir.
Can you hear me?
Yes, sir, we can.
This is Mike, TC. How you doing?
Hey, Mike, how are you,
Brother
sir?
Mike, how you doing, brother?
I have Muhammad.
Yes, sir.
Red there?
No,
No, we got
Right
Tom
there?
today. We got
We
Tom.
got Tom
Okay.
Collins here. Yes, sir.
Okay. Hey, Tom. Hey, but
you
anyway,
doing?
what I want to talk about this Eddie Johnson situation. You know, the workplace is a meeting place, sort of like a meeting place. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like boy meets girl. Human nature. You know, like high school, you go to school, you see a girl you like, you talk to her. But the job is you got people in authority. Now, I meet you, I like you, I can make the job hard, or I can make the job easy. It all depends, you know. So the woman, you know, she want her job to be easy, so she gonna do probably more than likely she gonna do what he want her to do. You know, I'm gonna make overtime, and I ain't got to work hard, and you know, but when things don't go right, oh well, they forced me to do this. You know, I had to do this in order to keep my job. You know, so you know, that's the way those things work sometimes. You know, I used to work for the city, and I worked up under TC's guy. I worked up under Leroy O'Shield. He was over safety and security out at O'Hare. Now, O'Shield stayed across the street in the hotel. It was during supposed to have been a crisis at O'Hare where terrorists were supposed to have been hijacking flights and things of that nature. So he called himself stand across the street in the O'Hare Hilton. In case anything goes off, you know, he'll be right there. This was his thing. But he had the white girl running across the street to the hotel, Cheryl Gillespie. She was running over to the hotel. Well, matter of fact, she stopped by my post one day and said, I'm on my way across the street to the hotel. Well, she got a promotion shortly after that. You know, she was just a security guard, but shortly after that, she was a sergeant. You know, and so those type of things happen. You know what I mean? You know, I can make this job good for you, or I can make it bad for you. And then when things don't go right, they say, well, I had to do it. You know, I had to do those things. Now, every job I done had, just about. You know, women could do favors, you know, for men. Just, you know, pretty much, not all jobs I had, but most jobs I had. You know, I saw those type of situations, you know. So those things happen, you know. So, but that's just my comment. You know, I just wanted to.
Thank you, brother Mike.
Thank you.
Thank you, brother Mike.
That's been going on since
you're
the Illinois bill breakup.
Hello?
You know.
Yes,
Hello?
sir. Yes, sir.
Oh, okay. Hello, D.
Hello?
Hello, go ahead.
Yeah, I just want to say one other thing. It's still Mike.
Okay,
You know, the saying goes, you don't get your honey where you make your money. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely.
No, you don't get your meat from where you get your bread from.
I want to understand.
Okay, I'll talk to you later. All right.
You know what? I want to say something real quick.
Do it.
You know, we forgot because our memory is nothing. That we had a whole bunch of black women in here
Yep.
just a couple of days ago
I was going to say
talking
that.
about the pain
Yes, sir.
of being molested as children.
That's right.
This crap is nothing but a continuation of
That's
that,
all it is, bro.
which evolved from us imitating our tormentors when we were chattel slaves. We watched them abuse our women. We was too cowardly to die trying to protect them. We allowed this to happen. But you know what? If you want to see what happened at CPD on 35th in Michigan, Why don't you go to your sacred halls of Congress? Why don't you go downtown to your office buildings? The same crap is happening every day. Women are abused every day.
Man, Lou,
You can't blame a woman for her being abused. Are you insane?
Right.
If that's your baby girl and somebody's messing with her like that, let me see you justify that then.
You know, I was in a meeting earlier, and it was all guys in the room and one lady, and the lady started talking about, you know, rape among black women, and she said that when her mother remarried, she had 2 sisters and her, and he
Raped the sister.
raped them.
Really?
And she basically said that she couldn't get past it, Patrick, because her and her sister couldn't get past it because her mother told them, "Stop lying on my husband."
Yeah, yeah. I
And
heard
she
it.
said that, you know, for them to get past it, all these years, 40 and 50 years later, she said that you never really get over it because her mother needed to repent on what happened to her daughters. And she said that they struggled with it for years and eventually the mother died. She said, but right now, today, she still struggles with the fact that her mother told them, "Stop lying on my husband."
And she probably take it
And,
to
and
her
she
grave
didn't
with her, too.
believe her own babies.
Yeah,
That was saying, "This is what dude is coming in the room at night doing."
yeah.
And she probably knew. Man, ain't no way in the world
She
you
knew.
don't know.
She knew.
And so like Wally said, them sisters, you know, and Sister Delise is going to put together a forum for women.
Good, Harold.
And in that forum for women, they want to deal with the rape issue, Wally, because, you know, he said that it's very difficult to get past it. You know, like the one sister from Kankakee said that her mother said, "Bitch, you done effed up.
You messed up my marriage.
Messed up my marriage." And so for those sisters to have to go through that pain, and this lady was in the meeting this morning, I mean, to talk about something that happened 50 years ago.
Yes, sir.
And her thing was, there was no wall of protection there, Brother Wally, TC. And even to the fact that even right now today, she said, they still deal with it. And so there's a lot of pain, man. And so Sister Delise is gonna put that forum together, and we're gonna hopefully the listeners who are listening can be a part of that, because a lot of
We
these
need it, Harold.
sisters need to be healed.
This
That's
is
right.
something that's
And-
going to need to take place outside, because you
Right,
got a
right.
lot of
Oh,
black
yeah,
women.
right, exactly,
And most would be so surprised
exactly.
to
I was
find out the
surprised.
women who have been molested in their life.
I was surprised.
Who have kept that
Brother.
in their own little black box.
Brother.
In their little
Exactly.
heart.
Exactly.
And they never told nobody because
Exactly.
they didn't want the shame
Exactly.
of
Exactly.
having
Exactly.
been molested, which
Exactly.
is insane
Exactly.
to be shamed that you
Exactly.
were molested
Exactly.
by a man.
Exactly. I mean,
What kind of
even-
man would take a girl?
I mean,
What kind of man is that?
exactly, Wally. And so even when you look at the priest pedophilia, you know, and the stuff that they've done, and most
Yes.
of them have gotten away with it,
Yes, sir.
and now they want to normalize pedophilia, you know. But I think it's very important that Sister Delise and all of them get together.
I do too.
Yes.
And,
And
I'm-
maybe it can start with the healing process.
I'm going to talk to a gentleman that you gave an opportunity, Harold, to come on the show and announce something at Malcolm X, that he's the president of the alumni, that we can get one of those places over there because it's big enough and they got parking. So we should start setting up these things, because the more you talk and Brother Wally talk and I hear it, I think that we have to have that forum, and we got to have
They
it.
probably need a weekend somewhere.
But don't make no difference. They got it at Malcolm.
Well, see, the thing is, we following our oppressors, we don't properly value our women. This is at the root of it. We have been conquered as men, and anytime the conqueror wins, they call it the spoils of war, but they also call it the booty. So even today, you still refer to her anatomy, a certain part of it, as the booty. But that's the spoil of war for a conquered people. We've never protected our women. Even in slavery times, she laid down with these bastards to protect us.
That's right. That's right.
See, you so hateful. You don't want to study your own history, which is why you're such a goddamn fool today.
That's right. So, Wally, tell us how you really feel.
Harold,
anyway,
I was going to say that too.
I'm
but,
sorry,
but
TC.
no,
I saw
hold on,
you
watch
look at
this.
me.
Anyway.
Man,
Hold on, Harold.
Yeah.
You got to have compassion for our people, seriously. I mean, it's not even a joke. And just hearing those women on the show that you and Brother Wally was talking about, if you don't have some kind of pain for their pain, something is wrong. And you're absolutely right. And see, what was really astonishing, ladies and gentlemen, was the young lady had her daughter here, and her daughter wasn't, she's a young lady, and me and Harold talked after the show, and I said, man, I thought they would tell the young lady to get out the room.
Step out the room.
But in actuality, they needed to have her in the room.
Right, exactly.
Because, see, it's happening to our little kids when they go to school. So we need to have a forum, and y'all listen up now. You know, we talk about everything. We talk about partying, stepping, and all that bull crap and going out and picnicking. But this is something that is in our community, and we go past it every day, and we look down at the ground so we won't see it. And so I'm serious here. I'm ask Brother Hood, can he get something if we get it with those women? Because Brother Wally is absolutely correct. We would do everything in the world, but we don't protect our women.
Exactly. So let me change the speed a little bit on
Yes, sir.
on this cannabis thing.
Oh
Okay,
my God!
Let's
get high on it.
We're gonna do this. Have Delise and them do this forum.
Yes, sir.
Because it needs to be done. I mean, I'm sitting in a room with a bunch of men, and this one sister talks about what happened to her and her sister out the clear blue sky. And so, and I was kind of surprised that she shared it, but she shared it. And so doctors all over the country are denouncing this cannabis thing. And they say whatever you call it, but the THC, Wally, is the chemical substance that acts on specific parts of your brain. And whether ingested or smoked, the THC causes the brain to release dopamines unnaturally. And the chemical that elicits the sensation of the pleasure or relaxation. It can also cause mood changes, depression, suicide. These are some of the top doctors in the world, Northwestern and all over the world, that are saying that once THC enters the bloodstream into the brain, where it activates the hippocampus or the orbital frontal cortex, the decision-making part of the brain, it says it forms new memories and impair your ability to process information. It says so bloodshot eyes, increased heart rate, increased blood pressure, anxiety, impaired memory, changes in mood, altered sense of time, difficulty, problem solving, hallucinations, etc. So it goes on to say that even with the edibles, that here's the long-term impact that they're saying, that whether you're smoking or edibles or whatever, the significant a part of your lung health is what they're talking about now. It's your lungs.
Okay.
And it says that it's damaging to your lungs, increasing your risk for lung cancer. It also destroys the cell linings in your airways, which result in a chronic cough, increased acute bronchitis. It says long-term cannabis can be used to affect brain development. This is particularly true for the brains that are still developing, and they say your brain is not fully developed until you're 26 years old. If you notice that insurance companies now say you can have your child on your policy till they're 26.
That's right.
And smoking cannabis before you're 26 years old is like taking water and pouring it in your computer and watching